Hey everybody, this week I lost a friend, Jed Walters. I wanted to just make a quick video about what Jed meant to me. If you were into skateboarding in the early 90s and you saw a World Industry skateboard video called Love Child, it blew everyone's mind. There was a part in it from, of course, day one, and everyone you knew, but Jed Walters was the best in the video, and all of us wanted to know, who the heck is this Jed guy? And so a couple years later, in high school, I got my dream job at XYZ Skate Shop in Carlsbad, California. And there was a tall, skinny guy who worked with me. Coolest guy ever. And he would always leave on a bike and, go to a pizza parlor, where he later met his wife and moved away. And I knew his name was Jed, but I could never put it together that was Jed Walters. I just couldn't believe that guy from Love Child, who was the best at the time, worked with me stocking shelves at XYZ. And the manager, Rich, told me, he said, "Have you seen Jed lately?" And I said, "No." He said, "Oh yeah, Jed Walters, he moved away." And I said, "That was Jed Walters?" We couldn't believe that someone that was that highly esteemed in the skateboard community never boasted about themselves, just basically made it like they never skated. And I always missed Jed. I wonder what happened to him. No one heard of him. And Alex Dyer from a website called Muckmouth put an article out saying what happened to Jed Walters, trying to find him. And I connected with Alex, and together we did a lot of research and tried to find Jed. And it turns out that he was an arborist living in the Seattle area. And I connected with Jed, and we became, friends again. And Jed was the most unique guy. He was the best at whatever he did. After he left skateboarding, when he had the chance to turn pro for the best skateboard company in the world at the time, World Industries, what did he do? He got into surfing. He worked odd jobs. He became so good at surfing, he had offers to turn pro. He walked away from it. His wife was pregnant, and he took a job working in iron so that he could join the union, so they could have insurance, so his daughter could be born safely. That's the kind of guy Jed was. He moved to New Mexico. He worked at Whole Foods. He was just the coolest guy ever. He's one of those people that when you met him, you wanted to know more about him, his story, who he was. And when we reconnected, the first thing he said is, "Everyone says this, it's always BS, but come stay with me. Our house is small. You have kids, I have kids. Let them play together. We'll hang out, have some beers. I'll make a room for you and your wife. Come and hang out." And I was going to go up to Seattle and do portraits of Jed in the trees. He was a real man of faith, and he thought that being near trees kind of gave him an insight to the inner workings of God. He loved being an arborist. And I never got up to Seattle to do the portrait, and I regret it, because you never know. Jed died doing what he loved. He was cutting a tree, and it sadly fell on him. And Jed was the best at what he did, so if it can happen to Jed, it can happen to anybody. And I just want to say, go down to I'll put a link below to the GoFundMe. Jed left 2 daughters and his wife. He was the breadwinner. He loved his kids. His daughters meant everything to him. His wife meant everything to him. He was the most loyal, loving guy, and one of those people that I hope people go back and watch the Love Child video and see what it is to be at the top of your game and walk away not wanting fame, just doing what you love and being who you are and never selling out. And that was Jed Walters. And I hope we can all remember Jed. And I miss Jed. I really do. I met 1,000 people in my years when I was 14 and 15. A lot of them awesome pro skaters, the coolest people around. But Jed was the one that left the impression on me and was such a motivator to me, even now when we would talk over email and text. Just always cool and positive, and showed you that do what you love. Life is short. And I love you, Jed Walters. And I'm going to miss you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.